What is going on, YouTube? I'm Brandon. You're back in the Gill Strap Garage. That's Allie's favorite part of all the videos right there. We are getting ready for the first time to see if all the electrical I've done on this bike is going to work. I'll show you what I've done. I have my ignition wired up. Everything's still pretty rough. I got a lot of cleaning up in here to do, but we're to the point where we get to see if our gauge works, everything we eliminated works, everything will be able to start, fuel pump will run when I kick on, starter will hit, all of our lights should come on. Of course, I don't have the rear fender hooked up yet to know if that's going to work. I've tested that early in this process. It should work. Everything should work. I'm hoping I don't have a gremlin to chase, because we've done a lot, and I mean a lot, to this bike as far as cutting stuff out of the circuit and trimming the fat, basically. So I'm going to readjust this a little bit, get all this equipment out of the way, and we're going to see what happens when we hit that key. Alright, I've just got a little jump pack here. I'm going to hook up my ground to ground. I'm going to hook up, well, let me see if I got any kind of a draw. No draw. I'm a little nervous. Let's see. Fuel pump kicks on. I have my fuel line disconnected to the engine, and I also have my spark plug coils, and I also have my spark plug wires unplugged. There should be no attempt to fire right now. I'm just going to see if it cranks. Pretty dead battery, but it cranks. Oh, let's see. Ooh. Hold on, my display's on. I have some settings to try to work through here. I need to make sure the neutral light kicks on. I don't know that I'm in neutral. Neutral light kicks on. There's not going to be any high or low light. I want to see if I can start messing with some of these settings here. It kind of sucks. My range goes to, or my odometer is set to 0 now, and I got to figure out how to get it into the miles an hour instead of kilometers. See this?
Whoa, that's pretty tight.
I got to figure out how to get it out of kilometers an hour though.
That's okay, just learn.
So it says press the button for 3 seconds. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi. I wonder if I don't have enough power. No, that can't be it. It's lit up. Alright, I'm gonna get frustrated. I'm going to turn this camera off, figure it out, and I'll flip it back on when I have some answers. Alright, last time you guys saw me on this bike, it's about a week ago now. Maybe not quite, but around there. And I've been frustrated by it. I've reached out to the Koso North America tech support. I've received no response by phone or by email, but that's besides the point. I've been thinking, what's going on here? Why can I not adjust this speedometer? And I know, I've been well aware the whole time. I have cut a ton of things out of the circuit. I've changed it. It is no longer OEM. If you've been following the series, then you know what's going on. But I've got it figured out. In the instructions, I've read and reread. It does not say that you need to switch to accessory only to program this. Or if it does, I'm missing it. But I thought today, maybe I need to switch it to accessory only. And I can't do that on my bike anymore because I hooked up my accessory and my ignition circuit together in my new start-stop key switch. And I thought, okay, I'm going to cut this circuit out and I'm going to hook up just the accessory to battery power when the key's turned over. And it worked. I can program all of my parameters now. I haven't done any of it yet because I got super excited and I was gonna clean myself up and not make this video in my work clothes, but I friggin' figured it out. So let's get you guys on the tripod. We're gonna play with some of these settings. We're gonna get it all set up. One thing I did not have that I realized, kind of blessing in disguise, because I kind of started going deeper into the website here. I found out that you need a gasket kit for this so it doesn't vibrate itself to death in this housing. So I've got the gasket kit coming. It's like $20. What a relief. Let's get you on the tripod and let's get all of our settings hooked up. So I guess before I put you on the tripod, I'll show you what I got here. I've got my battery hooked up by this little jump pack, and here's my new ignition circuit. These wires were crimped together. I forget which one I believe it's just the gray. That's my accessory only, and that solves all my issues. I'll show you guys like full scope on everything being hooked together, how it doesn't work, and then set up the correct way how it does work. And you will probably never have to do this if you're hooking up your bike, because you probably didn't cut everything you didn't need out of your wire harness. So I've been well aware this whole time that it is highly likely that it is operator induced error. I did it. I can own it. No fault against the company. Their tech support sucks, but you know what they would have told me? I'm an idiot. So first, I'm going to do kind of a wide shot here and show you what's happening. I've got these retractable test leads. They work pretty well. But I'm just going to take one side. We'll do red because we're running with battery power. I'm going to hook it up to the keyed side of things. Just want to make sure we're not going to contact any grounds. And then I'm going to take both the wires that I had hooked up originally, and I'm going to put them both in the circuit. So we hear our fuel pump kick on, we hear all that stuff. If you look in the top corner of the screen, then it may be very hard to see. I'm going to press and hold this button for 3 seconds. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi. It doesn't change. Let's turn it off. We're going to go just the gray circuit. And now we'll see we don't get any of our dummy lights illuminated. Now, I'm going to pick the camera up, position it a little bit closer, and we're going to run through some of these settings. I'm going to be bummed out if I didn't just record all that, because I just literally ran through every setting that's on this thing. So I've got my mileage set. Trips are at 0. I'm not going to bother with the clock until I have my battery hooked up. I'm going to change it to a 24-hour or a 12-hour clock. I'll set it now just to show what it can be. It is 7. $7:20. Dang, there it is. All right. Now let's get that other wire hooked up and see what it looks like. Damn, I did it. I couldn't be more happy right now. So aside from that gasket, my heads-up display is finally done. Not much more to it. You know what this means? This means I can finally tie up all of my electrical, get this thing put back together, do my maintenance, and go put my knees in the breeze, baby. It's time. Super happy right now. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for your support, no matter how it is that you show it. Merch is live. Patreon's live. I do my best to get back to everybody within reason, with comments and interactions with the channel. Because of you, all this stuff is possible. Thank you very much. We will see you in the next video.